we're going to go from Sophia. So Sophia, if you can please get ready.
Eye of Thomas Rickards here in Sydney. Always watching and motivating. Now we haven't seen the scores pop up. We'll be just jumping to Diamonds again, Italy Cole, also from New South Wales. Also once again performing the 103B.
Start, Ellie, up and coming divers.
Junior participants from our four venues, so that's it's great to see some up and coming talent. So our judges, 7 across the board, so a very solid opening. Which ranks Ellie 5th with 2 more divers to come. Kaylee Ramsey will be our next diver. Once again, opening 103B. Looking to impress the judges.
One of Kenneman and our diver, my diver, which is great to see her getting involved in this one. It's her third comp ever, I think.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. And come from a gymnastics background, is that?
She did, yeah, gymnastics and a little bit of diving. She's in Charlotte's Club, I think, Ken. Yeah, not too much experience in diving, so it's
Excellent. Scores of 7, 6, 6.5, 7. That will propel her well into round 2 competition.
Should be jumping back to Auckland now.
Look at that. Quick plane ride, 2 hours. And we're back in beautiful Auckland on the North Island.
So we've got Maggie Squire.
Straight to it. Excellent entry. Great dive.
Maggie.
How are you marking that one, Thomas?
I liked it. Good height from the springboard. Really pushing the board down to the pedal. Nice dive. Slightly over on entry. As we wait for the judges' scores to pop in here.
Anticipation builds.
Some of the judges not quite sure exactly how to mark it, so just pondering the score before they punch it into the scoreboard.
And as always with a virtual competition, here we go, 6.5 to 7 across the board. So solid opening there.
It's our first round. So now we're into the second round. Seeing Fraser again. This time he's going to be doing 103B.
And just a quick shot here of the leaderboard up one round at Fraser Taverner, leading 44. From Mackenzie, Kiara, Millie Puckridge, Luke, Liam Davis, Hannah, Zara, Ellie, Maggie Squire, Sophia, and Kaylee. So a strong first round. Field top 3, nice and pressed, and then obviously the chasers there.
Fraser is impressive. Yeah, this is first place after the first round. But it's difficult to do in diving. Not many judges are into it.
Yeah.
Looking out first round. So
Commencing round 2, diver number 1, Fraser, 103B.
When you predict that as well, Mel, in terms of sometimes leading off can be an advantage, and yeah.
So we'll stick to that. Great. Very nice. seem like the first round. Great start, Fraser.
Look at the instant replay here. Fraser just keeps the bounce, bit of a stretch.
Folds in half like a stapler, doesn't he?
Fraser is a real terrier on the 3-metre springboard. He likes to get out in front and fights his way through his competition. So I'm excited to see what he delivers for the rest of the day. Scores of 7 right across the board.
Judges are really onto it today. Very consistent judges.
The Cordelia.
Next up, we've got Luke. He'll be doing back dives. This is going to be our first back dive of the competition. This is where things do start to get a little more interesting. And this is where you can either fall a little bit further behind or start pulling in front. Let's see what Luke does for us.
Very nice dive there from Luke. As we go to the not so instant replay. But yeah, no, nice back dive there from Luke.
I like that one. Very nice back dive. Just waiting for those judges' scores again.
As we wait, some interesting facts about Luke. Predominantly a platform diver in New Zealand. Once again, a World Junior representative in 2018. Also competed at the Malaysian and Australian Grand Prix, so got some great international experience, and obviously taking his talents to the virtual world in 2020.
Heading over to Brisbane again.
Jump into that virtual aeroplane and fly over to sunny Brisbane.
We've got Liam back on the board now. This time we can do reverse dive. Back dive. Oh, sorry, Rachel, the wrong round.
First round did take a little bit longer than expected, Mel, so easy sometimes. Jumped around 3. As Liam heads to the end of the springboard, frees back dive, pike position. What did you make of that one, Mel?
Good start. The entry was a little bit flaky. Did take that flag maybe a little bit too long. Probably should open things down a little bit more for the entry. But nice height. Board.
Yeah, very strong takeoff. Probably just a little bit too much space to complete the back dive pike, so just over rotating slightly.
Liam will confer with his coach there and just make some small adjustments before his next dive.
And fun fact about Liam, he would like to study forensics. You know much about forensics, Daniel?
I've watched a lot of television shows that have featured forensics, but I admire Liam's aspirations to move into that world. Next up, we'll have our fall diver, Mackenzie Bowell, who will also do the back dive.
One of the 201s in this round.
You can see your coach in the background there, Nick Corallo. Walking her face now with the iPad, focusing on Mackenzie's back dive pike. Nice dive, sitting back slightly on the takeoff. Nice pointed toes, reaching right over the top of the feet and sliding through the water nice and straight on the entry. So not too much splash. And I think Vanika will be happy with that, and she'll give us some tips and some words of wisdom for the next round.
Well, let's see if the judges like that, because Vanika can be as happy as she likes, but if the judges don't pay it, it might not count too much. So we eagerly await now, and well predicted there, 7s. 1-6.
Lower. Great dive.
Our 5th diver even is Kiara Milligan, once again performing the back dive.
She'll be wanting to one-up her teammate, Mackenzie, with her back dive pike. Let's see what Kiara can do.
Number 2, Kiara Milligan, 201 leads.
Concentrating, adjusting the fulcrum. gone with the home call advantage today.
Unusual, you won't get that again, will you? Any other call?
Very, very good dive.
Great back dive.
Some warm applause from the spectators in the grandstand there. Look at that replay. Nice entry.
Great reach over the toes.
And as we just shut our eyes for a second and wait for the judges' scores to come in.
So Kiara sitting on 42 points after the first round. She'll be looking to get something similar, which she does. Scores of 7 with a high of 8.
Very strong.
Great job.
That is really rewarding the height from the springboard there.
As we board the flight from Brisbane to Sydney, 90 minutes.
First class down to Sydney.
Quick trip.
Critical trip. As we see Hannah Smith.
In with 1.5 high. Just to break up all those back dives.
Nice variation from Hannah here.
So Mel, you coach Hannah a little bit yourself.
Yeah, Hannah started diving with me, not that long ago, she's probably been diving for a couple of years now, so she's really coming up fast, which is great to see. She now dives with Emma Lynch, and yeah, she's making great progress.
Look forward to seeing her in with 1.5 pike here. She prepares on the end of the board.
Great dive. Cheers from the sidelines. Goes very well for Hannah.
We've got the action replays here. Can you talk us through this, Mel?
Great pike position. You can see her face is pretty much on her legs there, which is what you want. Maybe a little shot on the entry so we can see a little bit of splash coming up there, but nice control, and I think she's going to be happy with that.
As we await our judges' scores for Hannah.
There it is, 6.5 up to 8. Judge 5 really liking that dive with a high score there of 8. And moving on to Zara, we can see Zara waiting on the springboard.
Interesting fact about Zara. In her spare time, she likes going to the beach, dirt biking, snowboarding, and diving. So you can see she's a bit of a thrill seeker.
Not so she liked dirt biking.
I know,
There we
that's...
go.
Yeah, so let's see if we can see some dirt biking in this next dive.
So she's going to be doing a back dive pike. Once again, back to the back dives. Let's see what Zara can do.
At the New South Wales Institute of Sport, looking at Hoel's facial reactions on the sideline there, he's pretty happy. So let's see if the judges are.
And
7s and 6.5. So that's
6.5, 7.5, depending on how quick your eyes are there.
yeah. I'll back them. Millie Puckridge next on the board with a back dive.
Next on the board and almost next door neighbours with Zara Tolliver. Yeah,
Really?
Went to primary school together, both from Concord.
Concord, a beautiful part of the world.
Great spot. As Millie gets prepared for back dive pike.
Look at that jump. That's amazing. Great part.
Very strong jump from Millie. Once again, just over-rotating with the feet on the entry. Watch as she reaches up well above the springboard, reaching over the toes.
Good spot.
Just washing over the toes. Let's see if the judges pick that up in real time.
Yeah. Or whether she...
Past time.
7.5 across the board.
Judges do like it. Usually at your average competition, the judges will be sitting and getting a slightly different perspective on the dive, but today, each judge will be seeing the exact same angle of the dive.
Sophia Knight, back dive. An intense competitor, Soph. Let's see what she can deliver in the second round.
Ever the professional.
See why? Great takeoff. Great form.
Great strong takeoff there from Sophia. Really sharp in that pike position. Pushing out into a nice flat position as she reaches back for the water. Get the hands a little bit tighter as she hits the water, just to go through a little bit more cleanly. But a good back dive pike from Soph, and I think she'll be happy with that.
So, it's your dive tomorrow. So, more importantly, are you happy with it, Coach?
Well, it's a little bit different to be sitting in the commentary box as opposed to coaching on pool day. So I think I feel a little bit more comfortable as the coach as opposed to the commentator.
Another one of your divers tomorrow, Ellie, coming up now.
Ellie also with back dive pike. Ellie a little bit newer to the sport than Sophia.
Beautiful
Wow.
dive.
Very impressive. Beautiful lines from the water.
And that one has impressed the coach as well. It's a good
Excellent.
good dive from Ellie. Nice sharp toe points. She's Ellie's been in a training camp all this week with yourself, Mel,
Yeah.
and Kevin, and Emma, yes, and obviously working on a few things there that she's looking to take into this competition.
Definitely.
How much of a challenge is it to move from
That could probably answer that question
Yeah.
well. I think some of the younger divers were looking a little bit heavy around the eyelids, you could say, but they have been working really hard and they've been looking forward to this competition. So let's see if they can put on a good display.
Kaylee Ramsey next up?
Clearly doing an inward dive pike, so slightly easier dive than some of the inward 1.5s we saw earlier. She's done that very well. A little bit of splash on the entry, but well-controlled dive. She's been working really hard with Kevin on improving her board work and new to the sport, so basically learning from scratch.
And with the COVID pandemic, it must be exciting for these new athletes to actually experience some competition, especially international competition like this.
That's right. I think for a lot of these divers, this will be their first taste of any international diving, and definitely an interesting way to do it in the virtual world. But also looking forward to taking on some competitions in the near future. As we fly over to Auckland, we jump in the plane, buckle up, and go back to New Zealand.
But this is the first ever. First of two. So very impressive.
It's great to be part of this tournament.
Yeah.
Maggie Squire will be our 12th and
So
final
Maggie?
diver for second rounds. Yeah. Maggie going into round 2, ranked 10th.
Ranked 10th, I think she'll be looking to improve on that.
Maggie
further,
Squire,
future
201
rounds.
B.
Maggie's done some international, senior international events in the past as she now comes back to the juniors. So not always competing these basic dives, or what we call the first 5 dives. Let's see what she can do here.
Great dive there from Maggie.
Great hard off the board again. Just stopping that one a little bit short. Didn't quite reach back with the shoulders enough there, so that brought up a little bit of splash. But great form on the takeoff, as we can see there.
Sharp come out there from the back dive pike. I think Maggie will be looking forward to the optional dives. Great strength and can really move the springboard. She'll be looking to show off some of her higher degree of difficulty dives in the later rounds.
So that'll complete our second round there, as we will just wait for, obviously Maggie's scores come in there, 6s and 6.5. Let's see how that filters out for our leaderboard on screen now.
New leader now, Kiara Milligan, Kenzie Bowell taking the top 2 spots there. Some great diving from Brisbane. And Fraser jumping down to 3rd now. See what he can do for us coming up next.
The field compressing there, as you can see, first to about 6 there within 10 points, which is great for the neutral fans at home. I can see a couple of coaches to my left getting a little bit nervous though.
Definitely no bias here. We may be commentating from New South Wales, but we're one big diving family from in the Asia Pacific region, so definitely no bias here whatsoever.
Fraser Taverner was here, as he's just visualising a bit of stretching here, trying to just work his way through his next dive.
Fraser will be doing a back dive pike. This round we'll be seeing a lot more of our reverse dives, but Fraser doing back dive.